DreAllDay.com.
Before we start, please like and comment on this video so I can get your feedback. Also, click that subscribe button so you can get all the new content I'm dropping on this channel. And the free book, the mental handbook, physical book, Work on Your Game University, just take care of the shipping and handling, send this right to your doorstep. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is called Digging for Diamonds. Now, last week I talked about, in the motivation, I talked about making every single moment as successful as possible. Every day, every week, every hour, every year. Now, I think a challenge that some people may have listening to that is, well, Dre, what if something happens that I don't want to happen? What if it's really a setback? What if it's something that's absolutely tragic and terrible? Nothing about it is positive from what I can see. How can I possibly get something good out of that? Well, I'm going to give you an idea, metaphorical idea will help you see this a little bit more clearly. Let's imagine that you had some $1 million diamonds that were gifted to you. Let's say your great grandmother left them to you, some $1 million diamonds and pearls, and you got them appraised and found out how much money they were worth. You're like, wow, I'm keeping these in my possession. I'm not going to wear them too often. I'm going to just keep them tucked away where nobody knows about it. So you put them away in the drawer in your house, at the back of the drawer, under some clothes where nobody's ever even going to know that they're there. If some thieves came and robbed you, they wouldn't even get them because they would never think to look where you hid them. So you got $1 million jewels in your house, and you go away for a weekend trip to, who knows, Disney World. You go to Las Vegas, you go to Miami, you go to Bahamas, wherever you go on a weekend trip, maybe a month-long trip. You come home from your trip, and as you pull into your street, you see the fire trucks all around because your house is burned down. Your whole house burned down. Everything's just sitting in a pile of rubble and ashes. Where what your house once stood, all you see is a pile of rubble and ashes. Now, as you're sitting there looking at the house, getting over the shock, assessing the damages, talking to the fire marshal, you remember something. You remember that those $1 million, $10 million, $100 million diamonds and pearls are buried in that rubble. What do you do? What do you do at the exact moment that you remember that those diamonds are buried there in the rubble of what used to be your house? You're probably going to go grab a shovel and start digging, right? Or maybe just with your bare hands, go start going through it. Like, listen, fire marshal, get the hell out of my way. There's something very valuable in there. It ain't getting taken to the landfill, and it's not getting burned up. I need to get in there and get what I need to get out my way. I need to get those diamonds. Is that what you're going to do? I'm thinking that's what you would do. I'm thinking that's what I would do. If I knew it was some $10 million diamonds buried there, listen, get out my way. Let me get those diamonds. I'll give me a new house real quick. Everything that burned down, I'll go buy another one. Now, of course, it's some memories I can't get back, but you understand what I'm saying, figuratively speaking. So why I'm sharing this with you is to give you a metaphor to understand that no matter how terrible the situation, there is always a diamond in the rough. There's always a silver lining to every cloud. Every dark day has a bright day following it. Y'all know the cliches that people use. They're cliches for a reason because they're based in truth. Dig for the diamonds. No matter what happened, how terrible it is, when your house is completely burned down, everything is just ashes, start digging for the diamond. There is a diamond in there. There's $1 million diamond somewhere in that pile of ash, and you got a couple of choices. You could stand there and just say, I can't believe this happened. You could go cry about it. You could go complain to somebody else and tell them how terrible your situation is and how you'll never make it out of it. And guess what? You just create even more terrible situations because you keep talking about it. What you focus on, you create. Or you can grab a shovel and start digging for the diamonds. 100 people, house burned down, maybe one of them grabs a shovel and starts digging for the diamonds. I believe, if you're watching this video, you are that one. I believe you're that one, but I may be wrong. I don't know, because I don't know you. You know you, though. You know you better than I ever will. Are you the person who grabs a shovel and starts digging for the diamonds? Because if you do, you're being successful at every single moment. Because that house burns down and you stand there and just feel terrible about yourself. Are you being successful at that moment? Probably not. And I'm not telling you not to feel the emotion. Listen, emotions happen. We need to let our emotions out. But when those emotions are done getting out, now get proactive. What can I do to maximize this situation? What can I do to capitalize on this? You start asking yourself that question every single moment, you're going to start getting delivered answers that will completely shock you. And if you take action on those answers, you're going to start doing things that will completely shock not only you, but everybody around you. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.